yourself. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode, the official first episode, episode 1 of Comfy Couch Catch. I'm Shane.
I'm Jacob. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on this.
Yeah, yes. You can curse. Just don't say any
just don't
racial
say that,
slurs.
Don't say your favorite word. Don't say the Keemstar word.
Oh, okay. I won't say the fucking Keemstar word.
Yeah.
I'm CatBit. I'm the member alongside Jacob and Shane, and we might have another. And we're having another member join next week since he couldn't come. But
yeah.
Apologies to Shane for interrupting. We got a guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Zee Discorcl, and I am probably the largest fan of Duckman and also of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and JoJo's Circus.
Yes!
Oh God, JoJo's Circus.
Fuck you, I love that crap. Chill.
Okay.
I love all 10 episodes, and I don't remember any of them.
Oh, wow.
Me neither, but I remember loving it as a wee little baby boy.
I actually met JoJo herself.
Oh.
You showed me that.
I'm probably not going to post it anywhere because I was a small babby, but it happened. Believe me.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Z wanted to come on, and I'm like, okay. And then that's how it got it to be.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So let's ask. So I want to ask this. Since I want to talk about 2 topics today, and then we'll listen to since this is technically the Jacob show today, since he's gonna be talking about some things he saw after this. But first off the topics. Guess who's turning 90 this Saturday?
Mickey Mouse? No, that was last year.
His name His name
Felix the cat.
Nah, he's 100.
Oh, yeah,
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Okay, let me say it. His name is also used for a fried chicken fast food joint that isn't KFC.
Popeye.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's Popeye the Sailor Man. He's Popeye the Sailor Man. He's runs
got
up
a
on
stroke and he has some tumors and his eye don't work so good.
I remember when Popeye he nipped the nips.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh.
Wait, he
what? All I know is that my mom enjoyed that show when she was younger, and she's talked about it a lot, so it's probably significant to me in some sort of way.
I grew up with, funny story, I actually grew up with, a lot of the golden age characters of animation since, because, in the 2000s, my parents, blocked me from watching Nickelodeon, Disney, and, Cartoon Network, and the only channels I could watch was Nicktoons Network and, Boomerang, which was how I actually which is one of the reasons why I have so much respect for all the old cartoons from the 40s, the old Looney Tunes shorts, the old Tex Avery cartoons. Those were my personal favorites, the Hanna-Barbera era of Tom and Jerry and I guess Chuck Jones era of Tom and Jerry is another personal favorite of mine. And
I remember when Cartoon Network had those compilation programs like the Bob Clampett show and the Tex Avery show.
Those are my favorite. It makes me sad.
Toonheads was great.
You remember Wedgie?
I don't.
I never got one.
Oh man, I remember.
I know what Wedgies is. Oh my god.
Yeah, the one shorts are terrible.
But how
dare you?
Yeah, Mr. Bigsby was a great part of that.
Yeah, you look like Bill Cosby and kind of sound like Rick from Rick and Morty a little bit.
Do not
and
run
then there was
over
Big
the
Baby.
Those were some terrible Flash animated shorts.
They were well animated.
I mean,
you know what Flash animated shorts I want to come back from the early 2000s?
What?
Fred the Monkey. So
was Fred the Monkey?
Yeah, nobody remembers it, but basically I forgot. I actually don't know how my brother found him, but according to TV tropes, it is loosely based off of Homestar Runner, and it features Tyler character Fred the Monkey, Space Chicken's evil brother or Scab, and a handful of other characters. And so recently I was trying to check out the website because it was a huge part of like 2005, 2006, 2007 for me. And I found the website was taken down. I'm not sure why. I tried to contact JKR about it. But he still has, like, when he tried rebooting it, those episodes up on YouTube and the commentary on the Christmas episode, which I'm not sure why, but it was probably like one of the funniest things I ever experienced when I was younger, but I have a feeling that didn't age well, but I can't know for certain because there are no episodes up online anymore.
So
Rant
it's,
over.
so it's essentially lost media then.
It's lost media until his dumbass can get the website back up.
Speaking of like the Homestar Runner guys, you know they like made stuff for Disney called Two More Eggs.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that, but I like to because I love me some Homestar Runner.
I love
they're not
Homestar
that
Runner
great.
too.
I've never saw.
Like,
No, you just kind of sparked an unpopular opinion that I'm about to fight you for.
No, I didn't say Homestar Runner's bad. I said Two More Eggs isn't good.
Oh, okay, because I was actually about to fight you.
Oh man,
I was about to kill you too.
Oh man.
I mean, I've never really seen much of Homestar Runner. I mean, when my senior year high school teacher, he had Trogdor on his walls. Like,
hell yeah.
That's dope.
I remember seeing Homestar Runner when I was like back in preschool because like there was a lot of kids who were into Homestar Runner. It's like, okay, so
What?
so like I was like 4 years old and like we had like these old 90s PCs and like this preschool I used to go to back when I was 4, but it's like no wait, when I was like 3 years old. It's like they like a lot of the kids would just like watch Homestar Runner on those old computers and just like play a lot of the Cartoon Network Flash games. Anyone remember those?
Oh, I love those
yeah,
Cartoon
I
Network
remember
Flash games. Like, my favorites was the snowmobile race and the trick or treat game.
Oh, the one where it would do a horror game-esque thing if you gave one of the tiny children black or licorice.
Oh yeah, that was on
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
And there was this like Kids Next Door game where you flew like hamsters up in the air and they were in their hamster balls.
Aww.
Dude, my favorite Codename Kids Next Door was the one where you can actually make yourself into a Codename Kids Next Door member.
I remember
that was
finding
the
that on
coolest shit
Wayback
ever.
Machine.
Oh wait, they got rid of that?
I mean, it was like 2010, and I feel like it was even Wayback Machine back then. But if
Oh my
it
God.
wasn't, I still remember playing it and being upset that I couldn't make one exactly like me.
My god.
Most recent Cartoon Network game I played was this Teen Titans Go one where you drill for like coins or jewels. I don't know.
I love the
So Minecraft
that-
prototype.
yeah. Dude, my favorite one ever was the Ed and Eddie one, where like you can make this big mousetrap contraction, and then you can drop into a jailbreak. I remember it was my favorite one ever.
I remember like I think I remember this one for Tom and Jerry where like you had to run away from Tom. I don't remember it specifically, but it's
Oh
because
my god.
There's this really old Flash game called Scrappy Stinks where you just throw tomatoes.
No.
wait,
but,
was
uh,
that
I
on?
hate Scrappy Doo, but in real.
You know, honestly, I never found him annoying. But when I said, "Oh my god," CatBit just gave me a memory from my childhood. When I was a wee baby boy, I love this Tom and Jerry game. You make this weird contraption, all these traps to catch Tom. It was the best. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I think I was also barred from Cartoon Network, but that's pretty much the only one I was barred from. And I actually spend most of the time when I was alone on the computer playing the Nick Jr. games. So I'd play like Max and Ruby Dress Up. I'd play a platformer that was like for Wow Wow Wubsy. I think I played Pet Park much later on, but I was mostly just resided on the Nickelodeon website and Disney.go.
You know,
The
man,
only
your parents
Disney
must.
game I ever played was the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody when you're running around in a hotel, running from the black guy and their sister or mother, I think.
You mean Mosby?
I can't remember. I just remember
He seriously just called Mosby black guy.
Yeah. Oh, there's that Kim Possible game where you had to get like Taco Bell orders, right?
That was great.
Remember that
Sponsored by.
remember that Kim Possible game where like you were platforming through a. I'm trying to remember. It's like it was like a platformer flash game for Kim Possible. Anyone remember?
I think it was in a shopping mall.
Ah, yeah.
The one I remember the most was this wrestling one where we replaced two wrestlers from the show, and one of them had like a bear trap for a foot. I remember in the beginning it was like, "You're going down! No, you're going down!" I thought that made me laugh my ass off when I was a kid.
Yeah. See, I'm really sorry your parents didn't let you watch Cartoon Network since all their shows are perfect, better than Nick or Disney shows.
Yeah.
Controversy. I didn't.
I mean,
I remember.
you do you, man.
But
I'm biased, but
Oh, go. Sorry.
no, that's it. I'm just biased.
I remember the only shows my parents would let me watch when I was a kid was Grimm and Courage, but I got to saw those secretly, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And Grimm I love, but Courage I also love, but that show scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I was like, "Oh my god."
I never
they
even.
wouldn't let me watch Courage or Ed, Ed and Eddie or Billy and Mandy, but I eventually watched all Billy and Mandy, and I love it.
I never grew up with Cartoon Network because like okay, so
Basically, I'm Monkey.
Monkey.
okay, so essentially like
My partner's Monkey. That show is so not good.
Okay, let him speak.
okay, so like I remember like okay, so we didn't have cable, but we somehow were able to get Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, but for some reason we never got Cartoon Network, so I missed out on those shows growing up.
You didn't really miss out.
No, he missed out on a lot.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say I missed out on Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy,
Oh, and
Samurai.
Foster's Home. That's one I actually remember watching despite not being allowed to watch Cartoon Network. Maybe I was allowed to watch it, but just didn't want to because I loved Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob a lot.
For the longest time, I was afraid to watch Adult Swim, but then I started watching when I was 17.
I actually
remembered
feel that I didn't watch Adult Swim until people started talking about how great Rick and Morty was, and
No.
seeing like the TV-14 just gave me chills down my spine.
No, I was 15 when I started watching it.
Wait, what show? Wait, what year was this, Jacob?
This was 2011.
Jesus, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, you old bitch.
I'm surrounded by
remember,
old people.
I'm
You're surrounded by
18.
boomers.
I'm 19. But I remembered when I was a kid, what got me into watching Adult Swim was Aqua Teen. I remember back then it was kind of weird to watch it out because of Robot Chicken. I don't know why, but it weirded me out when I was a kid. But then I watched it, I'm like, oh, hey, this is actually good. And then Aqua Teen was like, I want to watch Adult Swim now. Mom, I must watch this show. And she's like, okay, whatever.
Oh my God, Shane, you're giving me memories of like like when I was 9 years old. Like I would just wake up at 3 a.m, sneak downstairs to the basement just to watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force or Robot Chicken.
Would you? Okay, here's a good topic. Would you want a door that's shaped like? Oh, I'm saying.
Oh, he wants to know if we'd want a Master Shake shaped door.
That would be.
Yes. I don't even like watch Aqua Teen, but I want that.
That sounds like the greatest thing ever, Shane. You're promoted to leader.
I want Carl's car.
I just know that like one of my friends, I think his name's Chaos, I forgot. It's been a while. I just remembered him drawing something, or somebody drawing something for him of himself, and he had a Master Shake body pillow. And that image alone just makes me go like, maybe this milkshake buddy isn't so bad after all. Shout out to Chaos, I love you. We need to talk more.
Yes. Good.
I don't even know if he watches this, but he should.
Oh man, it's so. I'd say it's like a lot of weird. a lot of cartoons like we grew up on. It's like some of them like you weren't allowed to watch, or it's like again like from 2005 to all the way up until 2008, my parents forbidden me from watching Nickelodeon. So like again, which was the reason why I grew up on Nicktoons Network and Boomerang during that time.
But wait, why Nicktoons Network but not Nickelodeon?
I don't know. My parents are stupid. That's why.
It's like Nicktoons Network had edgier content than Nickelodeon. I mean, they moved Invader Zim to there. They had Mr. Meaty. They had Making Fiends. They had stuff that, like, 4-year-olds would have nightmare-fueled nightmares over. Which doesn't make sense now that I said it, but...
it's because the reason they forbid me, because they told me this, like, it's because, like, they saw Mr. Meaty and thought that the entirety of Nickelodeon was dead.
But Mr. Meaty is on Nicktoons Network. What type of brains did your parents have?
I don't know. It's like
Mr. Meaty never traumatized me. I guess it was because, I don't know, I just didn't care.
I don't know. It's like 6 years old. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But then again, it's like I was probably a dumbass who didn't know any better.
Look, I'm just going to say this. There aren't many Nick shows I would want to go back and watch. I mean, I've seen a few, like Rocko's Modern Life and Teenage Robot, but it'll take a lot for me to watch an old Nicktoon.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I have an older brother who is a 90s kid, and because of that, I have inherited a lot of 90s kids' attributes. I'm actually 18 and I was born in 2000, so like the cusp of when that stuff ended. So I have vivid memories of watching like a few episodes of Cat Dog and Rocko's Modern Life and Rugrats and all that stuff. But like, I don't know. In some ways I feel connected to it, in some ways I feel disconnected to it, and I don't know how to explain my identity around cartoons with that still being, like, part of the equation.
It's probably just, like, a thing with, like, the whole, I don't know, it's like you grow up on old stuff, and kids of, like, at that age, like, I remember, like, a lot of kids I knew in growing up in that time, like, I would say, hey, you saw Rocko, you saw Rugrats, and they go, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What is a Rocko?
Man, imagine if kids today don't know what the Looney Tunes are.
Trust me, kids today don't. Trust me, I remember seeing like well, okay, so like my grandma's youngest nephew, like at the age of 5, like we asked him, hey, you know the Looney Tunes, and it's like, what's that? And he's just like on his tablet, just like watching Teen Titans Go.
I mean, how old is he though? Because if somebody is like a small baby who's not even in preschool or kindergarten
he was
yet,
5 years
then you
old.
gotta give them a break on that.
He was 5 years old.
I have returned. I'm sorry.
He was 5 years old. I guess he was too busy watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I mean, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is good. I watched it when I was in 2nd grade for school every day.
I watched
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was my shit.
I think I've watched more cable channels than the average person should. And this was like when we got digital cable in the mid-2000s, so it was like a pretty good time to watch cartoons on TV, you know.
What I miss?
Apparently this 5-year-old CatBit didn't know. You're CatBit, right?
Yeah, I'm CatBit.
Okay,
My grandma's youngest nephew, like of age 5, like he has no idea who the Looney Tunes are.
Does he know who Woody Woodpecker is?
Yes, he's
I
prominent.
I mean, close enough.
It's like, here's the thing, like,
You know who is that movie?
look, it's South America. Woody Woodpecker's popular there for some reason.
Because they like wood there.
You.
I don't know. My culture is weird. They think Woody Woodpeckers and Ben 10 are the greatest cartoons.
Hey, I love Ben 10. It's the best action cartoon ever.
You are such...
The only reason that Ben 10 reboot and those movies came out was all thanks to South America.
Look, I'd say the reboot is decent for what it is, better than the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Yeah, and anything is...
Hold on, quick question, real quick. How the hell did they save fucking Woody Woodpecker and Ben 10, but they couldn't save El Tigre.
Well,
Somebody
El
explain
Tigre-
that to me.
Yes.
Well, okay, so El Tigre, that was... I don't think anyone really cared for it because Nickelodeon did
Fuck
shit
you, I
job
love it.
Okay, but the reason, like, Jorge Gutierrez, I'm white, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his last
That
name.
you said his name right.
Okay,
I did?
so-
Oh, hell yeah. Living in a diverse community, help me. Okay, so he said that it was because demographics of, like, the people who watched the show, there was so little in the areas where brown people were commonly hated. So it's literally because of racism the show didn't, like, kick off so well and got canceled before
But-
any, like, second season.
That is amazing.
But I'm a little white boy. I love that show.
Wait,
Yeah, apparently other white kids didn't, which I don't understand how.
I
It's
thought
adorable.
I just thought that show was, I don't know, it's okay. I mean, it's got too many fart jokes, but who
You're-
gives?
Fart joke.
We're all
I've
fart
been meaning to
jokes.
watch Book of Life. I don't know, man. I
Oh
like it.
man.
Book of
You
Life
should
is a
really
great.
All I know about Book of Life is in the ads, Ice Cube said today was a good day. That makes me laugh.
I just know that Zee
Um,
Discorcl looks like Discord, and I had a small crush on him solely because of that when I was 13 or 14.
I love him because he's voiced by Ron Perlman. I love Ron Perlman.
Oh my god, Ron Perlman in a non-Guillermo del Toro film.
Who's Ron Perlman?
Oh, let me tell you about
My
Ron
powers.
Perlman's greatest role ever.
Oh, him.
Tell
Yeah, he
us.
was. I love him most as Hellboy. And
No,
honestly,
not him. As when he voiced the proud male Arborian tree Arbor in the episode of Chowder, the Arborians.
Arborians.
I can't remember
Yes.
that.
It's a play on Armenians.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wait, what was that episode, Chowder? I can't remember that.
It's the one where Mung Dahl wants syrup for pancakes, so they get these snooty trees, but the tree
Oh,
won't
I
produce
remember
syrup
that.
unless they
remember
get
the accent.
like marble columns and just random kitschy stuff. It's stupid.
So they were Persians.
No,
So basically,
I guess
the
they
worst
were.
kind of people.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, like you're. Oh my.
Also, by the way, I like Persians. They cool.
Yeah. Is it weird to say that I hated that pig from Chowder growing up?
Oh, he was terrible. He was like.
I hate him in the episode with the rat.
Oh my god, I hate him. I hated that pig so much that I wanted to see him turn into bacon. That's how.
He's basically. He was. You know who he was? He was Yelp as a person.
He was.
what?
He was that thing Yelp if it was a character. Like
Incredible.
everything you hate about. Yeah, like he's like, I'm gonna act like I'm better than you. If you don't do this thing, I'm gonna say your restaurant is the worst thing ever. I'm so awesome.
He should have been served boogers
Oh,
and
okay,
they should have
wait.
Yeah,
served.
Ruben really was the worst character on Chowder, but you know who the best character was?
Who?
Schnitzel.
Ceviche.
Ceviche. Wait, isn't that the goat?
Yeah, he's the goat.
I love him.
Ceviche
like Winnie
was
the Pooh, he
also progressive because he looked like a girl, but he was actually a boy.
So you mean androgyny at its finest in the
Yes.
2000s? Epic.
Yeah.
Take
Well,
that,
I
Steve.
hate how I say epic unironically now because I said that
It's 'cause of
ironically.
me.
God damn it.
Take,
It's 'cause of
I say
me.
epic when Lois.
It's because Shane loves Ben Shapiro.
Who the hell is Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro is
The
a
influencer.
conservative pundit who owns libtards like a boss, plays Megalovania on the violin, and overall is such a badass that he was able to uncircumcise his dick.
oh my god.
And circumcise it again.
Oh.
Oh my
You know what
god.
else is a word that Z says because of me was moke.
Moki.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Shane. There was a point in my life where I didn't like you, but now I just adore you. And so, you know, when you
Wow.
first do.
Asshole.
No, I love you now, buddy. You're great. I
I love
just
you
like
too.
sometimes you just need a little bit of warming up to people. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like, you know, when you do things and you're just like, this is kind of funny, and then you just nonstop doing them anyway.
Mhm.
Like you know how some people just like start snorting once or twice to make fun of something, like, that's kind of funny. And then those same people, like, weeks later just snort regularly now. It's the same,
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. Yeah, so I just say "okay" every once in a while because of shame.
Yeah, so the origin of why I even say "moke" on Twitter, on everything, and how I spell is like M-O line K.
So
And
since so you're Mr.
Okay.
So you're Mr. Mackey then.
No, it's
Mr.
not, it's M-K, it's at moke.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So the
okay.
origin of that is, I think it came from Oddworld, because whenever A would go, "Illo, follow me," okay. I always thought I was saying, "Well, okay." But then, like, it also came from me just saying it because it was funny.
Hmm.
But, like, now it was, like, part of my vocabulary. So, literally, I say that, like, in real life. So I'm always like, "Oh, I'm okay," or, "Oh, I'm okay."
wow.
So, like how I said "oh, worm" nonstop, like, since 2016 or so.
I mean, it's not as depressing as me essentially just making Kino my a vocabulary word of mine.
Kina?
I'm
I'm so terrible. I don't know.
I got to say all the time as a kid, it's like, there's ramen noodles?
Yeah.
I always say ramen nunu.
Ramen.
It's
noodle.
because as a kid, I always said that, and like my parents started saying that and knew what I'm talking about, and to this day, I still say, "I want some ramen noodles."
Ramen news. Oh, okay, so here's another thing that happened this week. So people were talking about this, but like Family Guy got into trouble with the whole Donald Trump episode on Sunday.
No, they didn't get in trouble.
Oh, no.
It was just a bunch
It
of
was just
people on
really
Twitter were like,
stupid.
"Yas, Queen, slay."
Or
Wait, were people actually for it? Like, I'm an epic libtard myself, and I thought that was stupid.
No, a lot of people, like a lot of normie libtards, were all for it.
amazing.
Oh
To
my
be-
god, it's Family Guy.
To be honest,
Yeah.
like the whole episode was just
Don't be
like,
CatBit where you took it serious.
nah, the episode was incredibly boring. And it's like, okay, so here's a stupid thing. The only reason, okay, so spoilers. Should I count this as spoilers for fucking
Who
Family?
cares? It's
No, it's Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Why
no one
would
cares
you-
It's not like it's like
Oh.
freaking Harry
It's like a New Hope spoilers.
Okay, so I
I mean,
wasn't.
like, if you could. Okay, I'll say this. If there's someone in the comment section who's like, "How dare you spoil that episode?" It's like, shut up. Okay, I'm sorry, but shut up. The fact you get offended by Family Guy, you like spoiled by Family Guy, shut your ass up. You
Okay.
go on, CatBit.
So I was gonna say, like, I didn't pay that much attention to it, but it's like, the family discovered that Meg was getting sexually assaulted by Trump. Peter decides, you know what?
He grabbed her by the pussy.
Yeah, so like Peter tries to like put an end to like Trump's charade, but like they start getting into a fight because like not only did Trump say like, "Oh, Family Guy is a bad show. I like Bob's Burgers more. It is my favorite cartoon compared to Family Guy." Like, they just get into a fight. Like, they essentially just rip off the chicken fights from other times and just, like, have Peter versus Trump.
Wait,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so who won the
That's actually
fight?
how I just. Yeah, who won the
Did
fight?
Trump lose and Pence become president so he could shock the gays?
No. No, both
Oh.
both him and Peter Griffin made amends, and, like, they made a joke where, like, America, you should be afraid because you have a clown for a president.
I'd rather have a clown, period.
I'm
I'd
tired.
rather have Krusty the Clown as my president.
No, Krusty would be worse.
You know what?
If Trump were actually like considered a clown, I really want the hashtag not my clown to exist.
Not my clown. But the only thing I remember from that episode is that someone posted on Twitter, I forgot the artist, but they're really good, was they said like hypocrisy, and they're like, "Oh look, it's Bob's Burgers, a show that people relate to for some reason. I know I'm French, but that show looks like it was animated in a car ride or something." And I was like, really?
Dude,
I mean,
this
it's
is
successful. It's a successful car ride animation.
I actually,
Yeah.
I'm actually mutuals with the person. Oh well, not mutuals, because we've spoken many times and he's considered me a friend. But anyway,
Aw.
he's essentially said that it was actually just a joke tweet, nothing more, nothing less. And unfortunately, people took the joke too seriously and started
I mean, most people should pretty much assume by this point that Family Guy deals with shitting on everything, so I don't understand why they would even get mad at it unless they're a bunch of,
they should get mad at the producers.
Family Guy is just jealous because Bob's Burgers got Emmys, and we all know how desperate Family Guy wants Emmys really badly.
Hey guys, do you remember when I talked about Duckman in the first part of my introduction? Why didn't Duckman get an Emmy?
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, it has no Emmys. And, that was a little bit of a running joke at the shows, even in promotional material. But I'm, reflecting back on it, and I'm it's so universal even now.
Duckman was better because it had, the first season had Frank Zappa music in it, and The Simpsons, they couldn't even get Zappa on as a guest star because he died.
Okay, yeah. Frank Zappa's son, though, plays Ajax. That's how important Zappa is.
You know that because of Rebel Taxi.
No, yeah.
But also I met Klasky Chupo because I was so obsessed with Duckman, so, I mean... Darling Klasky.
I know that Gabor Chupo...
You met her?
Yeah, I met her a year ago.
I know Gabor Chupo learned English when he fled Hungary because he listened to a bunch of Zappa albums.
Isn't it weird?
You know what? Go him. But I want to quickly just segue and talk about that for a second because I still regard it as one of the best days of my life, just because of it's definitely that moment where I already wanted to get into cartoons beforehand, but just seeing the studio, or technically the shelf, what it once was, it's kind of depressing looking at the 90s photos to when I went to see them, but and just kind of entering a studio with so much history and being creating one of the first successful made for television animation shows, living and striving on the fact it's so ugly, I don't know, something very special to me that I'm gonna hold close to my heart. Oh, and also the fact that I got a Duckman cell for free was pretty dope.
Whatever did happen to Klasky Chupo, I'm wondering.
Oh, they're working on a Rugrats reboot movie. That's live action.
How the hell is that gonna work?
This is how it's gonna work. They're gonna make the baby CG. They're gonna make the adults.
They better not.
Dude, if I see Chucky that's all 3D, he's gonna look like the Fooglies from Spy Kids, but even uglier.
Okay.
I actually want to see the character designs for that, though. Because, do you guys remember that fake Twitter post that spread around with, the fake concept art of Chucky that was just, DeviantArt fan art of, Chucky? I would love an anime style like that. I want, almost Disney-esque character designs from a Rugrats movie, or, I just want, so much Klasky Chupo lore because I hear so much shit about it, and I'm but they kind of did a lot, and they don't flex on it like Butch Hartman does.
Yeah, exactly. Butch Hartman's an animation while Klasky Chupo is okay.
Less Butch Hartman and more Klasky Chupo. This is how we save America.
I'm just gonna say this, as annoying as it was when people were getting on Butch Hartman, he really did have it coming because he's such a tool.
Yeah.
Man, he didn't create my childhood. Gendy Tartakovsky did.
I thought it was Craig McCracken.
Well,
Craig McCrackalacka.
More Gendy. Craig McCracken is I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
God
bless Craig McCracken.
His Disney show got canceled. We have no idea of his upcoming.
Don't say just his Disney Channel show. Say Wander Over Yonder. I want people to watch that show.
Wander got canceled. The only reason people came in it was because of Lord Dominator, which was too late.
Yeah.
That pisses me off so much. You don't know.
I definitely.
I remember the thing that pinpointed the sudden watch rise was because the Lord Dominator song was posted on Tumblr, and then suddenly some people went, "Ooh, strong female character," and suddenly realized the show was good. That is exactly why, though, and it makes me so angry because
I feel really bad saying this, but I actually did listen to that song. I wasn't like, oh, it's a woman. Okay, I was just like, I love this animation. I want to see this.
I'd
Okay,
probably
that's
like
fine,
wander
but when
over
people
yonder.
get into things because it's woke or whatever, that's what bothers me. Get into something because you think it looks cool. Get into something not because of representation. I don't know. I think it's a little bit weird, and I'm saying this as like one of those weird Tumblr SJW types. Get into something because not to look cool or be woke or whatever the kids are saying nowadays.
Yeah, I
like
mean-
I like.
Maybe cut a bit of that rant because now I hate myself for saying that.
Hey, it's okay.
I also,
As long as it isn't like Kurosami, then I'm fine.
Or
Ooh,
like,
I
Who's
love
Coruscant?
Andrew Dobson.
No.
Do you guys know about my beef with Andrew Dobson? Like, it's probably something I
tell
talk about
Wait,
like once
was
a
this
week.
before? Was this like during his inflation era or like his?
Oh no, I
Kurosami
was
obsession?
5. So like, when I was younger, this was like back when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, somewhere around there. I would browse DeviantArt a lot.
yeah.
And so, of course, by default, I somewhere came around to viewing So You're a Cartoonist. And I kind of liked the style, I kind of like the 90s vibes it gave. I just didn't know how to word it. And I loved his kind of cynicism and like sardonicness, but I didn't realize how much of a dick he was because, you know, I'm a tiny child. And then it was this one
Yeah.
comic with like this critic character. I don't know how to describe him besides the fact he looked like a lumberjack, but he like broke down this middle school kid for like not using guidelines, even though he's literally a beginner artist, and it discouraged me from drawing so much. Like, I hate him so much for that. And then, like, later on, I, like, made fun of him publicly on Twitter. Like, it was a screen cap of Wander Over Yonder thing with Lord Hater. Like, it looked like he was inflated. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe Andrew Dobson was on this week's Wander. And because I added him and everything, he literally, like, stalked through my tweets, retweeted one of them, and replied to one of my vent tweets with, like, stolen art. And
Oh my god.
God damn.
he's a joke.
I was just thinking about his So You Think You're a Cartoonist webcomic, and man, those comics, they're pretty cringy. They
I
make
mean,
me laugh.
I think the word.
So you
know,
think you have PTSD because some guy scored.
I remember the one where he talks about how kids shows are for everyone, and like he drew Littlefoot, but looked like he was stoned out of his fucking brain.
Oh, I don't know how to say it, but it bothers me also how he tried to appeal to more left-wing crowds to be suddenly going like, yeah, gay rights, puts a rainbow flag icon overlay, and like instead of being like, oh, I'm actually a gay guy, and he claims himself as an ally and uses a gay flag, and I don't know how I feel about that.
to be
And he
honest,
still
You
does.
pulled a Kevin Spacey.
just like ignore the guy. He's just probably being a spurg about the whole thing.
I do ignore him, but I observe him a lot.
You're right back.
Yeah, that inflation art, it's pretty awful.
Oh, that was, to be fair, that was like 15 years ago. But then also he posed as a 15-year-old lesbian, so, you know, up to you.
He's more obsessed with lesbians than me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Okay.
Oh, what's
so-
up?
No, I was gonna say is it weird to say? Wait, what was I saying?
I haven't
Okay, so
returned
this
yet.
was another thing I wanted to bring up that happened this week.
Uh-huh.
So people have been going up in arms about the Mario port from the Wii U not having a blue toad in it for some reason.
What?
Yeah,
What?
people were up in arms over the crappy Wii U port of the crappy Wii U game New Super Mario Bros. U for the Switch because they didn't have blue toad at the beginning. So like
Are
Nintendo
you
had.
sure it was crappy because they left out Blue Toad?
No, it was that. Oh no, it's bad for other reasons. But it's like people were like up in arms on Twitter, just going like, "Nintendo, bring back Blue Toad. We need our boy Blue Toad back."
Blue
Twitter
Toad is a
users take a
degenerate.
nap challenge.
Wait, is Blue Toad the one that can turn into Toadette?
No, that's Toad. No, that's Toadette that turned into Peachette. And we
Oh,
get
yeah.
I'm still not over the fact that Bowsette actually, like, let me try that again. The creator of Bowsette got awards from Pixiv and Nico Nico Doga solely for making Bowsette.
Wait.
But it shouldn't
Wait, what
even
the
be.
hell is
It shouldn't
KSC
even.
Mika Mika Doge? What the hell is that?
Those are Japanese.
Nico Doga is pretty much Japanese YouTube, and then Pixiv is where basically also Japanese DeviantArt. Most
It should. Look,
Yeah.
I want to complain about this. It shouldn't even be called Bowsette because, like, okay, it shouldn't be like Beach or I'm sorry, like
Beach.
no, like no, like Bowser's name mixed with Peach. I'm trying to think of something.
I don't know, Bowsette's catchier. I don't mind.
I mean, I liked
Yeah,
it
also,
for like the
who
first
cares
2 days,
because
but it just got really crazy. Like, I don't know, there's people being stupid about it.
The 2 months I was in uni, I actually got into a conversation with a stranger about how stupid Bowsette is. But it's like really funny because I think this dude, I talked to him another time before because he would be waiting outside my class, not in a creepy way. He's just coincidentally there, and he like. He'd sort of talk over me, and I'd be like correcting him, like, "No, it's actually more so like this Bowsette."
Why isn't it called?
Sort of.
Why wasn't it called like the thing Jacob said? Like I forgot how you pronounce it again.
I guess because Bowsette was just easier to.
It's catchy.
Nice.
It's a catchy name.
Yeah, but
that's
like,
important for any meme.
yeah, but it'll sound like Toadette turned into Bowser.
No, it's Bowser wears the super crown and becomes Peach.
But shouldn't
It's
it
like
be?
a Dom.
But shouldn't it be like Beach or?
But like Tom.
I think it was dumb. I don't know. This.
I liked the concept at first, but then I started to hate. See, you know when something really gets bad? When it becomes a search term on Pornhub and some poor soul has
Yes.
to go make a Bowsette porno.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
people have a thing for gender bending.
That's not even gender bending, that's just a transformation straight up.
Oh, I forgot transformation fetish is a thing.
Why do people?
Surprised -8 hasn't done a animation of Bowsette.
You know.
-8?
You know,
Yeah.
I want
Is
to.
this like Dives 2?
Who?
Dives? How do you not know who Dives is?
I know.
It's like
Dives?
this. It's like the same. Like this foreign artist who draws like
Oh yeah, I know
female
him. I
characters
don't.
the exact same, with, like tiny waist. And almost every single time I see their animations, they're just wiggling their pussy in front of you and has a backwards pussy, and I'm just like, it's so unappealing.
I don't know.
Oh.
It's like his art. I don't know. His artwork is not that good. I don't understand like why it's so popular. Other than like, oh, it's a porn artist.
I liked Dives when it was safe for work stuff. Like, I remember seeing the cute little loop animations of the low-end starters, but then when he started going straight to porn, it was just so boring. I remember when I was in another server where, I'm not going to name it, but Shane probably knows which server I'm going to talk about. It was an NSFW channel that it had at one point. It would just be, like, people would repost things about scrolling up, and it'd be, like, the same Dives animation of the mermaid from Cuphead shaking her titties around.
Oh no.
Oh God.
I mean, I have a mermaid fetish, but even I thought
Mermaids
that.
are cute, don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that it was the same animation by the same shitty porn artist.
You know, like just hearing about this, just being reminded of this Bowsette thing, like it just, I just go like, why are you doing this to Bowser?
Because people are horny, okay?
What?
For Bowser.
I like more than Bowser. Well, Bowser's not a Koopa Link, he is the Koopa. But,
Yeah.
I like Roy Koopa a lot. I didn't realize it until I was playing Mario Kart 8, and I'm like, yo, Roy is just a pink Koopa, but he's also kind of buff and masculine at the same time. I have a thing for pink masculine characters. I don't know. It's cool.
Ludwig's the best.
My
Yeah,
favorite was
I love
always Lemmy.
Patrick.
I liked Lemmy, but then I was like, Roy, though, he has those cool ruby sunglasses.
I just think Lemmy's funny.
It's kind of
He is a goofball.
It kind of sucks that like the Koopalings nowadays, people hate them because of the oversaturation with those crappy new Super Mario Brothers games. So
Wait, I have a question. Are they supposed to be his kids, or are they just random Koopas he found?
according to Miyamoto, and this was his word, those are just random Koopa minions. The Americans,
buddies, pretty much.
He said that us Americans made us think that those were his children, when in reality those were just his weird-looking henchmen. Bowser Jr. was his only son.
But wait, wasn't it that like in the show and then like in the trailers and?
Well, it was the
That's
90s.
America's problem.
It was a different time.
Gerda is technically a trans woman. America fucks things up a lot.
It's an American thing, like how
there's no way we were gonna deal with that at the time.
Damn you, America!
I like Birdo and I like Yoshi.
It's like
being shipped together. Probably.
Look, here's the thing. Like the Koopalings, or as I call them, the Koopa kids. Like they were in America, they were perceived as Bowser's children, the same way we called Peach Toadette, Toadstool for. Or like how Eggman had like a weird redesign in America for some fucking reason.
Oh yeah, that freaking egg Robotnik design. It looked like it was a tumor.
Okay, so the only reason that was done was because apparently his original design was said too simplistic and generic looking for a villain. He wasn't evil looking. That's the only reason why we got Tumor Eggman, as you call it.
We made Tails brown.
I'm not sure. Hey, does anybody know how to fact check this? But I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the people who developed the Sad Sonic cartoon specifically tried to make Dr. Robotnik the sexiest fat person on television.
That was Adventures of Sonic event. That was Adventures of that was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, not Sonic Sad AM.
I don't know the difference between the cartoons. I'm so sorry.
Okay, one is funny, the other is pretentious and overrated.
Yeah.
Okay, but the point is Robotnik's sexy.
Yes, he is.
I'll have to give myself a erection.
Pingus.
Jinx. Ping as usual, I see.
Guess who Robotnik's favorite Peanuts character is?
Linus.
No, Snoopy.
Goddamn.
Oh, Snoopingus usual, I see.
Snoopingus.
Oh man.
Why does he look like he looks like a curved dick.
That's exactly. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like I like Milton Knight as an artist, but like sometimes I disagree with some of the things he said. Like again, like the only reason he redesigned Robotnik was because like he thought that this was a better design than the one that they had in the Genesis games.
No offense, but Dr. Eggman looks better than Dr. Robotnik, and you can fight me on that. As in the one from the morning cartoons.
I mean, tell that to Milton Knight.
This version of Robotnik, he looks like Earth from Jim, and if he came out of
if he was a thick bitch.
Yeah.
Just say it as it is.
I like chubby. I'm not a chubby chaser, but I got a friend who is.
I mean, I'm gonna out my friends, but I do follow some people's After Darks, and I think there's just a day where two of my friends were extremely horny about Dr. Robotnik, and I still don't know why. I'm still like, why are they like this?
I don't know.
Wait, so is there any other topics I thought we were going to talk about, like my Cartoon Network? So after the Adventure Time finale, to celebrate, I watched all of regular show, and it's a pretty good show from what I remember. I believe my favorite season was the 5th one, because it had some funny episodes like the best Thanksgiving special ever, Mordecai and his relationship with CJ, other shit like that. I was actually able to finally watch the last season, which focused on Pop's apparently having latent powers, and he had to use them to fight his evil twin brother.
I don't
know.
That was legitimately the stupidest way to end a regular show, but honestly, I still enjoyed the finale.
I like the build up to it, probably because the second half of that last season was better than the first half. But yeah, like that finale, or I guess like the final minutes of that was garbage.
Yeah.
Like almost every character hooked up. Benson hooked up with that girl he met back in season 7.
Skips became a cuck.
Honestly, I cried when Pops died.
Pops died.
Say it.
Yeah, he died because I don't know. I don't remember why. All I remember is Mordecai fucked a bat.
Oh yeah.
and for some reason, like, Rigby's children were taller than him.
Well,
I thought
because
that was
Rigby's
funny.
a midget. At least they ended up with Eileen and they had raccoon mole babies.
Oh, I don't know. I still thought this was a good way to end it. They're like, oh, everyone gets a happy ending. I love that.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Also, after that, I think I saw Chowder. It's still pretty funny, though. I was kind of confused by how they divided seasons, so I thought that the first season was 13 episodes when really it was 20 episodes.
Yeah, I need to rewatch
does-
that show. It's been a while since I've seen shows.
Who
One of
does-
my favorite episodes was the garage sale. The one
Oh, I
where
love that
Chowder
episode.
divorced everything because he doesn't want to part ways with his shit.
They gave me weird feelings when I was a kid. But I also remembered Purple Nurples.
Purple Nurples,
Ew.
Purple Nurples.
Burble Nurples.
That was my first time knowing what that word meant, and then find out later what it actually meant. I was like, oh.
Yeah. You mean like how in the iCarly episode they like slid in the word hobknocker?
What the hell is a hobknocker?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me pull up the Urban Dictionary of that.
Is
I
this
just
is
remember
this
it being
similar
like
to,
a really bad hobknocker.
Is it
When
like-
it goes around hitting people in their privates. This definition was found at Urban Dictionary.
so is this similar to a rim jaw?
Yeah,
No,
sounds,
it means
when
like,
he masturbates in public restrooms, somebody who knocks your hobs, a guy hits you in the face with his penis. It just means a lot of bad things, it seems like.
Oh my god.
God damn it,
probably
Danson.
just went with the definition where you. I like this one, to hit someone in the face with a penis.
Curse you, Dan Schneider.
But here's an interesting thing I noticed about Chad. Chad's very cynical about relationship.
Yeah.
Like, Mung and Truffles have a loveless relationship where they're both miserable. Endive is just a thirsty bitch who wants Schnitzel's dick. Panini is just boy crazy for Chowder, who's this fat, tubby incel. And there was also one episode that had a love rectangle. Panini loved Chowder, but Ceviche loved Panini, but this other girl Chowder wanted to hang out with loved Ceviche. And it was all unrequited love, so fuck you, Chowder, for making us all into better virgins.
I'm pretty sure this is the kind of cartoon Chris Chan would hate.
He'd be like, this is not how relationships work. Relationships work like this. This is my relationship, and Panini is my girlfriend.
Chowder's funny.
She did not complete her love quest.
Oh yeah. And then I watched every Ben 10 series from the original timeline.
Yeah.
Original Ben 10, what is wrong with you?
No, I know it's dumb, but
No, not you. I'm talking about Shane. Don't shame somebody for Ben 10.
Shane, I mean, I was into that
Yeah,
stuff when I was
Ben
like
10.
11 or 12. I mean, I was into a lot of.
Do you like
stuff
the
at time.
movie?
All the live action shit, those things are passable. I thought they'd be a lot funnier, but they're just boring.
Yeah. Ben 10 is found with the whitest people.
I'm gonna tell you some really funny episodes. There's this one episode where they find the aliens on spring break. They eat popcorn and poop gold.
Is this?
Oh yeah, I think I remember.
This was from what series of Ben 10?
This was
Which
Alien
one?
Force.
Oh, the
The
serious
one
one.
that took itself more seriously. And this was from the shitty 3rd season.
Oh,
I mostly remember the Flash game where you play as all the characters. My favorite one was the small one, because if you play as a small alien, the level was this big giant room. It was kind of like Chibi Robo.
Does anyone remember the Hyperscan game?
No.
Is it kind of funny that it's the only thing the AVGN knows about Ben 10?
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember.
Like
I
I'm pretty
can't
sure
believe-
I'm pretty sure that would be the kind of cartoon James Rolfe would be interested in if it came out in his time.
Yeah, it definitely would have come out in the 80s.
Yeah.
Ben 10 feels like a cartoon from the 80s. Let's just
Yeah,
I saw. Oh yeah, there was also some other really shitty episodes. There's this one where they have to fight this giant garbage dump in the middle of the ocean. During the entire episode, Kevin keeps referencing Captain Planet, but he doesn't say the show by name. And then they somehow meet the agents from the X-Files.
What the fuck?
They were stranded on the garbage dump. And at one point, one of them says, "I want to believe." Like, they weren't even trying that episode. It was
Okay,
terrible.
KO did it better.
Well, because they actually had Captain Planet.
And
Exactly.
that makes no sense
Clever.
because Ben 10's also a Cartoon Network show.
I don't know. It's because like
Yeah.
OKKO feels like a nostalgia tribute or something to old Cartoon Network.
Yeah, people hate that for some reason because they're like, oh, they're just doing that for marketing. It's like, dude, just enjoy it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like, was Billy and Mandy, did they do those weird crossovers for
Yeah.
marketing? Or they did just do it because, oh, we have the rights to these characters,
Yeah,
let's
it's
throw them in.
funny. I mostly love the Yogi Bear where they're just like homeless people and they're like, oh, no worry, just give me that back.
Yo,
Give me that basket, you bastard.
Bastard.
Yogi Bear. Fuck CNN.
It's true.
CNN.
I forgot who said that, but somebody I know or don't talk to has a video of him in the parking lot just screaming, "Yogi Bear!
Yo.
Fuck CNN! Yogi Bear!
Oh my god.
Yogi
Man.
Bear!"
Oh man, I love freaking. The best episode of Billy and Mandy's the one where they unthaw Fred Flintstone and they
Oh
call
my
him
god, I
Jake
love that
Steele.
episode.
Oh yeah, it's
Dude.
like don't tell the students how I live.
That wasn't even the best joke. The best joke was when Jake Steele started destroying the teacher's desk and everyone cheered except Mandy.
I just love the fact that like he was in that episode. Cause I was like, oh my god, it's Fred Flintstone. Because I
Who's
used to
Jake
watch on
Steele?
Boomerang.
Who's Jake Steelstar?
I'm gonna call myself Jake Steele.
Wait, was he that ugly fat kid who was a dick in Billy and Mandy?
No, that kid's name is Spurg.
Oh
Spurg.
no. Oh
He was annoying.
no. Yeah, fuck Spurg. He was a dick. You ever have that character in a cartoon who was a bully you want to punch in the face really badly?
Is it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I want to.
at least
Oh,
at least Spurg looks normal compared to his fucking mom.
Oh god.
I wanted to roundhouse every snobby girl character and everything ever.
That reminds me of how in Fairly Odd Parents, Butch Hartman would always make the rich kids be stupid and jerks. I guess
It's
Butch
Hartman.
Hartman loves communism and Christianity.
Yeah, he does seem like a commie. That's why he's so sketchy.
Oh no, it's not a commie. Did you guys watch like the episode Chloe premiered in? They talked about how communism was bad.
Wait,
Oh, I
really?
bet.
Wait, really?
Yeah, where were you guys?
We stopped
I don't
watching
watch
shit.
Fairly Odd Parents because
I was
it's a-
too busy not caring about.
If you guys were real Butch Hartman haters, you'd at least watch the episode where Chloe premieres in.
No,
All I
because I
remember
would
is
never.
that
I stopped caring. honestly.
Chloe, they tried to make her off as perfect, but then they're like, oh, she's not perfect. She's got problems.
Yeah.
You have
You know what
please like
sucks?
Please like our new
Is the-
Mary Sue people.
Yeah,
freaking hate
But
that
I was
shit.
saying is, you know what sucks? Is the fact that, like, you know how people want cartoon creators to see more about their stuff? Like, oh, you want to hear facts about, but like hardly any of them do. Like, I love Scud Disposable Assassin. I want to know more about it, but I hardly fucking do. But then you have Butch Hartman, who's like, oh, it's cool you tell all this stuff, but like, you're kind of an
Like,
asshole.
he made a video explaining what happened to Chester and aging. What I want to know is, why did they phase out most of the background characters from that shit, except Crocker and Timmy's dad?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
What I
didn't...
want to know is actually no, I don't want to know anything.
Yeah, I mean, neither.
All I can say
But,
is
like-
that Fairly Odd Parents hit its prime by season 5, and then everything started going to shit when season 6 introduced Poop with its first episode.
Fairly Odd Parents. I remember that episode where they saw the hippo toilet.
If you
Oh,
sit
yeah.
in me, you die.
I remember,
Yes.
why is it that whenever they have a TV special, it always feels like the series finale? Like, there was the TV one, which was actually, I love that one.
Channel
Then there
Chasers.
was, yeah, then there was the ones where it was like a saga, like a trilogy. I forgot what it was. It was like this black hole and stuff. But that felt like
Wishology.
yeah, it felt like a series finale. But they were like, nope, we're still going on. It's like, you serious?
Fairy Idol
I got a rant here
Oh.
about the Tom and Jerry parody and Channel Chase part.
Go ahead, rant away. Yeah,
Cut it off.
Commenting on how violent.
Okay, you keep cutting off, Jacob.
Okay, so I was gonna rant about the Tom and Jerry parody and Channel Chasers. Why did they have to censor the slapstick by Cosmo and Wanda appearing and saying how violent it was? Like, it's just slapstick. That's such a
Yeah.
fucking dumb joke to make.
Y'all know it's because it's a Christian value to not beat the shit out of people, even though that's not the case at all. If
Look,
you've been
it's
to people,
Christian.
you'd know.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, Butch Hartman believes that gays should be beaten up because they're degenerate.
You know, people hate on Doug Tenable because they think he hates gays, but Butch Hartman, he kind of gives me that.
Oh no, totally.
Butch Hartman
Yeah.
seems like the stereotypical Christian that hates gay people. Just
Okay,
I'm still not over him, like, trying to... Hold on. I'm still not over him trying to denounce the idea that Danny Phantom is trans. Like, no, he just... like, because there are some very good points of, like, oh, he doesn't like taking his, like, shirt off when he goes swimming because he feels uncomfortable about his breasts, or he feels bad whenever he goes into, like, a woman's bathroom by mistake, not because of, like, wrong reasons. And then Butch Hartman goes, no, it's because of, like, statement. And it's like, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of, like, the whole deaf to an author argument, where it's not necessarily his show anymore. If people want to make Danny Phantom trans, they can do it, and they don't have to listen to Butch Hartman's ideas.
Butch Hartman.
Because it's
I
not
mean-
said, like, there's no, like, proof. Like, Vlad Masters isn't to come out and go, Danny, you are a trans boy. Like, so therefore, who cares? He can be trans. Maybe he's not trans. Butch Hartman can't say anything about it because it's up to the viewer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let the viewers interpret Danny. Like, this is a thing I want to do if I do become a creator. Like, let the people interpret the characters the way they want to. If he's gay, let them. If it's like, how you say, like, if some people want to believe this character is gay or like he's trans, let them. I'm not gonna stop them just because I just don't agree with them. It's just let the fans interpret the way they want to interpret characters.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling, sit down.
Yeah, isn't it like, I don't mind that if they go too far. It's like, the character's in a coma, the character has this disease. I don't give a shit.
Doesn't J.K. Rowling just add dumb shit like wizards shitting themselves or Dumbledore?
Oh yeah, wasn't it that like...
I've only been awake for a few hours, and I literally spent a long time in the group chat, like, talking terribly about J.K. Rowling. Like, do you guys know about American Hogwarts and how, like, instead of
No.
being based off... It's literally just a bunch of Native American bullshit. Like,
All
All I
like,
know is J.K. Rowling hates I don't know, progressives. Even though she's a libtard.
Does she actually hate trans people? Like,
she doesn't. She's never straight up said, "Oh, I hate trans people," but she's liked articles that kind of denounce feminism involving trans women and stuff like that. So
she's Graham Lennon.
Yeah, she's very. She's
God!
very
Don't
quiet.
remind me of Graham Lennon.
Who's
Just
Graham
silently
Lennon?
subscribes to it.
Hey guys, hey audience, if you want to see the biggest, disgusting, saddest person ever, look up Graham Lennon on Twitter, and say it to yourself. Good God.
Graham Lemon?
Yeah, Graham Lennon.
Who's Graham Lennon?
Can you just like type it for me? I can't.
Okay, so Graham Lennon was this like British TV writer who worked on some popular comedies. Then like when Gamergate happened, he went crazy and became anti-Gamergate. And for some reason, he became anti-trans for no fucking reason. He's awful. I freaking hate him.
I mostly remember that on Sleepycast they mentioned like he had an argument with that Chew-On Head lady and like a bunch of other people, and like she kept blocking him because what happened was that whenever he gets proven wrong, like most people, instead of saying, "Oh, I was wrong," he's like, "No, fuck you," and he blocks you because he doesn't like to be proven wrong.
So
no, he's like Movie Bob, except Movie Bob probably doesn't hate trans people.
I don't even know
So I'm guessing like he's what's that one guy's whatever. Like there's a lot of popular people who just go blocking everyone who don't agree with them for some reason. Like Will Wheaton.
I mean that's why the block button was invented. But also Will Wheaton is kind of trash.
Will Wheaton is not a good act.
I remember when. So he has a well-utilized Tumblr, not well as in good, but well as in used often. And he like talked about, haha, eat the rich. And then somebody pulled up the image on Google that says his net worth is $2 million. And it's like he's trying so hard to appeal.
He's trying so hard to appeal to stupid millennials.
Is it sad that I know we'll win
Hey liberals, I'm a socialist. I don't donate my money to anything. Follow me.
Give me attention.
Is it sad that I mostly know we'll win because of Big Bang Theory?
Same.
I know Will Wheaton, he voiced a villain in Ben 10 Alien Force.
Will Wheaton is a crybaby.
Yeah, but was he voiced by Sheldon Cooper? Didn't think so.
Oh, you want to know a sad thing I learned yesterday when I was in a call with Jacob? That like there's a bee and a jellyfish called the Bazinga.
I also told him that Carter Peter Schmidt's favorite show is Big Bang Theory.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a very blanket statement that I'm sure nobody has an opinion on. Young Sheldon is better than The Big Bang Theory because it actually describes a bit of the lore. The reason why Sheldon Cooper says Bazinga, like whenever he makes a joke, it's not him being autistic. It's that a prank company in the Big Bang Theory universe was called Bazinga, and so there would be Bazinga branded whoopee cushions or like Bazinga branded prank products. So it like sort of made sense to me now, but it's kind of too late for that. People are just gonna. Bazinga is now a meme, and you can't stop it with correct lore.
I don't know. It's like young Sheldon. I don't know. It's like I don't understand like why young Sheldon had to even exist to begin with. It's not.
I don't like that show.
Either, but I prefer it over Big Bang Theory because it feels less sarcastic on Sheldon. Like they actually sort of have a bit more respect for him and don't just go, shut up, Sheldon, you freaking autist," and everybody in the audience claps.
I'm so glad Zee is able to point out that Sheldon is the Asperger's representation we need in media.
Which is hilarious because Chuck Lorre is like, oh no, he's not autistic. He's just everything that everybody in the staff hates. Like, we took all the unlikable traits of people we didn't like and we made him a character. And I'm like, oh, so you don't like autistic people?
To be honest, Chuck Lorre is a piece of I mean, to be honest...
He is.
I mean...
I know that...
Yeah, like the final episode of like 2.5 Men, like they just bring Charlie Sheen at the end just to kill him off again, and just like Chuck Lorre just go like, "Revenge is such a sweet dish," and he just dies.
Oh, Chuck Lorre, before he did sitcoms, he actually worked as a writer for cartoons. He worked on this remake of Beanie and Cecil that was headed by everyone's favorite child molester, John Crispolucci.
No!
Chuck Lorre had nothing good to say about working with John Kay.
Also, you want to know
Wait, he actually said bad things about John Kay?
Yes, he did.
Also,
Thank
here's
God.
Like me, like most people.
One redeemable quality.
also there's another thing to
there's
note. Also, there's
another good redeeming quality. Wait, shut up. Another good redeeming quality is the fact that he wrote the Ninja Turtles theme song.
I was gonna say that, Shane.
Is this even true?
Yeah, he wrote the theme.
To it.
Yeah, he wrote the theme song for the '80s Ninja Turtles cartoon. Like he even brags about it in interviews and such.
I wrote
He
the
co-wrote it.
Ninja Turtles theme song,
Oh, so
and
he's
I
like-
made everybody hate autistic people. Please applaud.
Oh, so he's like Butch Hartman. He's like Butch Hartman. He's like, I created your childhood.
Like Chuck
But
Lorre's
Charmin,
like
too.
Chuck Lord should have been called Chung Lord. I'm
More
sorry,
like
I'm trying to make a shitty pun.
Dong lover.
I can't believe Chuck Lorre started at Deke, but then he went on to become a hack for sick.
Well, to be fair, if you came from Deke and you're probably gonna fail life, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Kay, he failed.
Yeah, let's be brutally honest. Shit, like we've been recording this for like almost an hour.
Wait, were we talking about Cartoon Network shows, and I was just making the brunt of those?
Shit.
I
I
How
don't
many?
know
how
what
many-
parts
how-
of this podcast are going to be archived, but you know what?
How many more cartoons do you have left, Jacob? Because I have to go
Well,
eat dinner and.
I only saw.
I'm gonna have to go.
Well, after watching all
Dino, so
Ben 10,
bye.
currently I'm watching Kids Next Door, and I've finished the 4th season today.
Dope. Kids Next Door is actually probably the only CN cartoon I know a lot about.
Oh, thank God, because it's really good. And
I love everything about it. I wanted to be a Kids Next Door operative so badly.
man, I don't know which character I identify with the most.
I would say that currently I identify with number 3 the most, just because I have an affinity for liking girly shit. But then, back then I'd say number 5. You know, girl characters.
Number 3 is the funniest whenever she goes berserk.
Oh yeah, back when I was still in high school, like a year ago, we had a character day, because I think it was the same day as Halloween, and this girl I used to have a crush on was dressed up as number 5, and it was perfect. She had a giant blue sweater on, but with the sleeves rolled up, and had really short shorts, so it was exactly like her character, and the red sneakers and the baseball cap with the braid, and I was just like, I love you.
I want to have your abortion.
What?
God damn it, Jacob!
That was the joke.
Okay, so
I wish I knew the context to that, because now
I'm
I just feel
referencing pan
uncomfortable.
pizza.
fuck. Man.
Okay.
Okay, so is this the end of the recording? I'm wondering.
Yeah, Shane was brutally executed, so I think it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
I also want to say that Kids Next Door supports communism because they hate office work, and also they. Do you remember that episode where frick?
They also demand that you
Bring
give,
daughters to work day or something, and number 4 is taken with them. That one?
or the fact that you're automatically you have to give the candy your mommy's credit card information to be
No,
accepted.
I was thinking about the episode where number 4 got sent to that girl's boarding school, and they we're gonna turn him into a girl.
Oh my!
Welcome to Animorphs.
Jesus.
No, it was a Terminator parody because in the future the girls rule the world. There are no boys, which is weird because they pretty much just cause genocide on the entire human race.
Oh,
Wow, Patrick Warburton was going places.
yeah. Too bad he's stuck making preschool cartoons.
Press F to pay respects.
Is this okay? So is this the end of the show?
I don't know, I think so.
Well, you can. Shit, we haven't even came up with an ending tag yet. Jacob, come up with one now.
We'll just rip off Aiden.
Shit, you could all go Dino hole because this is the Comfy Couch Cast.